So if I was to give you the top 3 tips that will help you transition and transact successfully, first one is assess before you act. So take the time to understand all the different elements at play before you just start pulling levers and making changes happen or driving into a transaction process. There's a lot of things to understand, and as business owners, we probably know 30% of what we think we know. We probably are aware of another 30%, and there's a good 40% we're just not aware of. And it's really important that we understand those different layers from outside perspective before we jump into transition and transaction. The next one I would say is make sure you have the right partners around you when you're starting this process and executing this process. So quick story, my partner and our founder, John, when he transacted his first company, he had great partners, but they were all talking to each other. They weren't talking to him. And by partners, I mean service providers. So he had great representation, but they were all working together to do his deal, and he wasn't really included in it. And so once the deal happened and then imploded, he realized he didn't understand his own deal, and he wasn't asking the right questions, but he also wasn't being looped in a way that he knew how to answer the questions efficiently. The third point I would say is make sure you have good, honest feedback loops in your sphere. As business owners, we tend to get a lot of yes men, not because people are trying to placate, because we're intimidating. We're at the top of the food chain. We sign paychecks. We're not just the CEOs of our businesses, we're the CEOs of our lives, and everybody holds that persona around us. So having really good people, coaches, friends, spouses, family members, peers to give you that feedback midstream is important, because if you don't have people pushing back on some of these things, you might end up agreeing to something that you're not really comfortable with, and it does cause regret. One of my favorite client experiences is we were brought into a sheet metal company 7 or 8 years ago. And we were brought in as 2 brothers. One brother was buying out another brother. So we supported them in the process. The deal got done, and the one brother is now running the business. Well, he has a son and a son-in-law who started working in the business as well. And lo and behold, 4 years ago, they started to see, hey, dad's getting ready to retire and we need some support. We don't really know how to transition from generation to generation. And the reason why I love the story is because the dad, he inherited the company with his brother from his dad, but there was no transition planning. It was just, throw him in the deep end and see what happens. And so what he learned from working from us, and as we were putting together a deal with his brother, he said, man, I really hope my kids get the opportunity to have support and structure. And I do as well as the generation passing it along, that we can do it better. We didn't do it bad, but we can do it better. So we still work with the family today. They're the most amazing humans, and we just enjoy it so much.